Hello, English learners and practitioners. Welcome to another episode of the podcast Your English Always Better. I'm Charlie. In today's podcast, you will learn and practice English with the dialogue between Paul and Julia, who talk about what life is like in Paris. Pay attention to what they say because there are many question and answer structures that will help you improve your understanding of English. At the end, we will explain some words and ask questions to help you retain the content and accelerate your learning. Let's get started.
Hi, Paul. It's so good to see you. Thank you for agreeing to meet with me. I'm so excited and a little nervous about this move to Paris. Everything is so hectic, but I wanted to see you to catch up and also to talk a bit about the city.
Hi, Julia. It's a pleasure to see you too. I'm happy to help. Paris is an amazing city, but I understand it can be a bit overwhelming at first. How are you feeling about this move?
I'm very excited, but also a little anxious. It's a big change and I want to prepare as much as possible. I'm moving for work reasons, but I've also always dreamed of living in Paris, so I want to get as much information as possible to make this process easier. You've lived here for 10 years, so I thought you could give me some valuable tips.
Of course, I'll help you with whatever I can. Paris is a city full of life and culture, but it also has its challenges. Don't worry, I'll explain everything to you. Where do you want to start?
I think we can start with the basics. What is daily life like in Paris? What should I expect?
Well, Paris is a very busy and energetic city. People are always coming and going, especially in the central areas. But there are also many quiet places, like parks and gardens, where you can relax. Life here can be a bit more expensive than in other cities, but the quality of life is excellent.
That's good to know. And about places to live? Where do you recommend I look for an apartment?
It depends a lot on your lifestyle and your budget. If you like to be in the middle of the action, I recommend the neighborhoods of Marais, Saint-Germain-des-Prés, or the Latin Quarter. These areas are full of cafes, restaurants, and shops. If you prefer something quieter, Montmartre or the 15th arrondissement might be good options.
I like a bit of both, actually. I want to be close to everything, but also have a quiet place to come back to at the end of the day. And about rental prices? Are they very high?
Yes, rents in Paris can be quite high, especially in the central areas. But if you look carefully, you can find something that fits your budget. It's important to start looking early and maybe consider sharing an apartment at first to save money.
That makes sense. And about transportation? Is it easy to get around the city?
Public transportation in Paris is excellent. The metro is very efficient and covers almost the entire city. There are also buses and trains that connect Paris to other parts of France. If you prefer, you can use bicycles or even walk, as many attractions are relatively close to each other.
That's great. I love walking and exploring new places. Now let's talk about food. The French are famous for sophisticated food, but in general, what should I expect?
The food in Paris is wonderful. You will find an incredible variety of restaurants, from traditional bistros to fine dining. Be sure to try the croissants, baguettes, cheeses, and wines. And of course, there are many street markets where you can buy fresh produce. The Marché de l'Aiguille and the Marché des Enfants Rouges are great places to explore. There are also many bakeries and pâtisseries where you can try delicious sweets. The important thing is to explore the options according to your tastes, as there are sophisticated and expensive dishes, but also a lot of affordable and high-quality food.
I can't wait to try all of that. And about the culture and customs? Is there anything I should know to avoid faux pas?
Yes, there are some important things. The French value politeness a lot, so always greet people with a bonjour or bonsoir when entering a store or restaurant. It is also common to give 2 kisses on the cheek when greeting friends. And remember to speak softly in public, especially on public transportation.
I'll remember that because it's extremely unpleasant when you arrive in a new country and make mistakes because you don't know the local customs. And about people's hospitality? Is it easy to make friends in Paris?
It can be a bit challenging at first, as Parisians can seem reserved. But once you break the ice, they are very friendly and welcoming. Participating in social activities, such as French classes or interest groups, can help you make friends more quickly.
Since I'm moving for work, I hope to make friends at the company soon, which could open doors to meeting other people as well. Well, I'm also interested in knowing what the weather is like on a daily basis.
The weather in Paris is quite mild. Summers are warm, but not excessively, and winters are cold, but it rarely snows. Spring and autumn are the most pleasant seasons, with moderate temperatures and many flowers and colorful leaves.
Sounds perfect. And about safety? Is Paris a safe city?
In general, Paris is a safe city, but like any big city, it's important to take some precautions. Avoid less busy areas at night and keep an eye on your belongings, especially in tourist areas where there is a higher risk of theft. This is a general rule that applies anywhere. Always pay attention to what is happening around you, as thieves usually take advantage of people's carelessness.
I always take care, but it's good to hear from someone who lives in the city if there are 1 or 2 more dangerous places. Now tell me about interesting facts about Paris. Is there anything interesting I should know?
Paris has a rich and fascinating history. It was the center of the French Revolution and has many historical landmarks, such as the Eiffel Tower, the Louvre, and Notre Dame Cathedral. A curious fact is that there is an underground city of catacombs where millions of bones are stored. It's worth visiting if you like history.
Wow, that sounds amazing. And about the local culture? Is there any event or festival that I shouldn't miss?
Yes, there are many cultural events in Paris throughout the year. The Fête de la Musique in June is an incredible celebration of music, with free concerts all over the city. The Paris Plages transforms the banks of the Seine into artificial beaches in the summer. And the Nuit Blanche is a night of contemporary art in October, where museums and galleries stay open all night.
I'll try to attend all these events. And about health? How is the healthcare system in Paris?
The healthcare system in Paris is excellent. There are many high-quality hospitals and clinics. If you have health insurance, you will be well taken care of. It's a good idea to register with a local doctor as soon as you move.
That's reassuring. One thing that worries me is the language. I know a little French, but I'm not fluent. Of course, I'll enroll in a school to learn better, but not being fluent in French at the beginning of my stay in the city could be a problem?
Don't worry too much about that. Many Parisians speak English, especially in tourist areas. But it's always good to learn some basic phrases in French to facilitate communication and show respect for the local culture. After all, not all Parisians like to speak English, as some believe that those who come to live in the city should at least learn the local language.
I'll speed up the learning to avoid problems. And about the cost of living in general? Besides rent, what else should I consider?
Besides rent, you should consider the cost of transportation, food, and entertainment. Eating out can be expensive, but cooking at home is a good way to save money. There are also many free or low-cost events that you can enjoy. In general, Paris is an expensive city, as it is one of the most touristic in the world. So, depending on how you want to live in the city, it's good to keep in mind a good portion of your salary for basic expenses and, of course, for you to have fun.
That's good to know. And speaking of costs, where should I go to find good stores and do some shopping?
For luxury shopping, the Champs-Élysées Avenue and Rue du Faubourg Saint-Honoré are must-visits. If you like alternative fashion, the Marais has many interesting shops. And for more affordable shopping, the large department stores like Galeries Lafayette and Printemps are great options.
I'll note all these tips. And about nightlife? Is there anything you recommend?
The nightlife in Paris is vibrant and varied. There are many bars, clubs, and cafes where you can have fun. The Pigalle neighborhood is famous for its live music clubs, and the Marais has many lively bars. There are also many shows and theaters to enjoy.
It seems like I'll never get bored. So many options, and that excites me. And about bureaucracy? Is there anything I should know about documents and registrations?
Yes, there are some important things. You will need a work visa, and it's a good idea to register at the local town hall as soon as you move. It's also important to open a French bank account to facilitate payments and receipts.
That's very important to me. I'll look for these resources. And about sports and outdoor activities? Is there anything you recommend?
Paris has many parks and gardens where you can practice sports or simply relax. The Bois de Boulogne and the Bois de Vincennes are great for walks and picnics. There are also many sports clubs and gyms where you can sign up.
And about sustainability? Is Paris a sustainable city?
Paris has made many efforts to become more sustainable. There are many recycling initiatives and bike-sharing programs. The city is also investing in renewable energy and eco-friendly public transportation.
That's very important to me. I've always been tuned into sustainability issues because I believe I should do my part to help improve life on the planet. I'll try to contribute to these initiatives. Another thing, you know I love cats, so I ask you. Is it easy to have a pet in Paris?
Yes, many Parisians have pets. There are many parks where you can take your dog for a walk, and many apartments allow pets. Just make sure to check the rules of your building.
That's amazing because I want to have a cat to help distract me and with whom I can play and relax after work. And about art? Paris is famous for its museums and galleries. Which ones do you recommend visiting?
The Louvre is a must-visit, of course, but I also recommend the Musée d'Orsay, which has an incredible collection of Impressionist art. The Centre Pompidou is great for modern art, and the Musée de l'Orangerie has Monet's famous water lilies paintings.
I'll visit all these places, but tell me a little more about the Louvre.
The Louvre is the largest art museum in the world and houses over 35,000 works, including the iconic Mona Lisa and the Venus de Milo. Located in the historic Louvre Palace, the museum offers a rich cultural experience with collections spanning from antiquity to the 19th century. Its impressive architecture, including the famous glass pyramid, is a spectacle in itself. Visiting the Louvre is a unique opportunity to immerse yourself in art history and appreciate some of the most important and influential works in the world. It's a must-see destination for any lover of culture and history.
Wow, I plan to visit at least once a week to gradually get to know all the wonders that the Louvre presents. It's fascinating to know that I'll be living in the city that houses the largest art museum in the world. How much history and cultural wealth are there for us to appreciate and improve our knowledge? That's fantastic. And about music? Are there many concerts and musical events in Paris?
Yes, there are many concerts and musical events. The Paris Opera is famous for its opera and ballet performances. There are also many jazz clubs and live music venues where you can hear a variety of musical genres.
Cool. Well, Paul, I'm impressed with this lesson about Paris that you just gave me. Of course, I had already read and heard a lot about the city, but hearing your account, knowing that you have lived in the city for so long, gives me even more certainty that this is where I want to live and be. I'm super excited to move soon and start my routine in this wonderful city.
I'm sure you will fall in love with Paris. Besides everything I've told you, you will discover your own way of exploring and enjoying the city as the days go by. It's impossible not to fall in love with Paris.
I really appreciate all your help. For now, I'm staying in a hotel paid for by the company until I find an apartment, but as soon as I move in, you'll be the first person I invite for dinner at my place.
Invitation accepted, and I'm available to help you with anything you need. You can count on me.
Once again, thank you very much. Now I have to go because I need to get organized to present myself at the new job tomorrow. Nice to see you again. See you later.
The pleasure was mine. See you soon. Kisses.
Wow, did you enjoy how Paul and Julia talked about life in Paris? Comment here if you already know Paris and what you liked about it. This way, you can practice your English while writing. Now, to better retain the content from the dialogue between Paul and Julia, let's analyze 3 important words that appear in the text, along with their definitions and synonyms. First word. Anxious. Meaning. Anxious is an adjective that describes a person who is full of anxiety, worry, or nervousness about something that is about to happen. It can refer to an emotional state of intense expectation, whether for something positive or negative. Sentences with the word anxious. 1. She was anxious to receive the exam results. 2. I was anxious throughout the job interview. 3. The children were anxious for Christmas to arrive. Synonyms. 1. Apprehensive. 2. Nervous. 3. Worried. Second word. Connect. Meaning. Connect is the third-person plural form of the verb to connect in the present indicative. It refers to the act of joining, linking, or establishing a relationship between two or more things, people, or ideas. Sentences with the word connect. 1. The bridges connect the two sides of the river. 2. Social networks connect people from different parts of the world. 3. The cables connect the computer to the internet. Synonyms. 1. Link. 2. Unite. 3. Bind. Third word. Margin. Meaning. Margin refers to the edge or border of a surface, such as the margin of a river or the margin of a page. It can also be used figuratively to indicate additional space or interval, such as in profit margin. Sentences with the word margin. 1. We walked along the river margin at sunset. 2. Leave a 2 centimeters margin around the text. 3. The company managed to increase its profit margin this year. Synonyms. 1. Edge. 2. Border. 3. Limit. Now let's ask 3 questions to see if you paid close attention to the story. Formulate the answer in your mind the way you think is correct. The important thing is to do the exercise to help improve your level of understanding of the English language. Question 1. What should Julia expect from life in Paris according to Paul? Question 2. What did Paul answer to Julia when she asked about the hospitality of the people in Paris? Question 3. What did Paul answer to Julia when she asked if it is easy to have pets in Paris? Were you able to answer, even if not 100% correctly? The important thing is that you try, as this will greatly help accelerate your level of understanding and speaking of English, as well as help you ask questions. If in doubt, review the video. Always remember, the more you practice, the faster you will learn. Wait, it's not over yet. I'll leave a bonus tip: go back to the video and listen to the dialogue again. But this time, listen paying more attention to the sentences, without worrying too much about the story itself, because now you already know what happened. When a question comes up, pause the video and try to answer in your own way. You can even create another situation, from another country or city. This exercise is powerful. Try it and comment below what you thought. Take the opportunity to write in the comments about what kind of topics you want us to make videos about to help you learn English. I promise we will meet the requests as much as we can. That's it, dear English learners. If this content was useful to you, take the opportunity to like the video and subscribe to the channel. Thank you for being here. See you in the next videos.